Nuggets at home. Can the Bulls get back in the win column after their 4-game winning streak was snapped against the Milwaukee Bucks? Well, we're going to talk about it, have some fun, all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And Christian, I am a time traveler. I literally just came back from the past where I fucked your mama and became your daddy. So I am actually a time traveler. This dick does travel very well through time and space, and your mama knows a lot about it. So there you go with that one, my guy. Take that with you for wherever you will. I am not going to pay you any back child support because guess what? Can't prove it. It's in the past. There you go on that one. But with that said, guys, the Chicago Bulls are facing off against the Denver Nuggets today. And this is a game where I hope the Bulls continue to compete in and have fun in, man. Let's hope that continue to be how the Bulls compete, right? And, hearing DeMar DeRozan after last game coming in and saying, like, he's been deferring to Kobe. Kobe's really been taking the leadership role, and, they trust Kobe White. It's good to hear, right? And I don't want to make this season just about Kobe White because it's about more than just that, right? But I do think that Kobe White is becoming the story of the Chicago Bulls season because at the end of the day, we need something like that, right? And so Kobe White's development and the fact that he is really that he's really growing in that role and growing as a player, growing as a leader. You hear Kobe White talking to players a lot out there on the basketball court. He's stepping in, drawing charges, making defensive plays, even though they kind of hit him on Chris Middleton in the last game. But what I want to see when you hear somebody like DeMar DeRozan saying, yeah, we're trusting Kobe. Kobe's being put in that position. You will also want the coaching staff to follow that up as well. And you want Billy Donovan to start trusting Kobe White a little bit more down stretches of games, things like that, especially when he's the hot hand and he has it going. So, hopefully we start seeing that coming in that way for Kobe White as well, outside of the growth that he's already showing. But, this team is just one thing that we can say in the last 5 games, we've seen some of the most heart from the Chicago Bulls that we've seen for the better, not even just this season, for almost the better part of 2 years, right? And the way that this team is competing, like, yeah, Io, for example, he had a bad game yesterday. We'll see if he ends up staying the start. Billy Donovan may get a little knee-jerky and take him out of there as far as in the starting lineup, but these players are really starting to grow into these roles, and they're stepping up in major ways, in ways that we've been wanting to see for years, right? Even Patrick Williams with that and the way that he's been stepping up. So we're up seeing what that's going to be, man. Really excited about this game. Excited for the Bulls to face off against better competition because, like I said on Sunday's mailbag episode, is that this is the week where you really can see where the Bulls are, right? How many wins can they really get with that added level of heart, right? I expect the heart to stay. Right now, that this team has earned my faith in me trusting that they're going to continually playing with heart. But outside of just the heart, you're going to be able to find out how they can really compete with teams. And listen, pushing the Milwaukee Bucks to overtime, that's nothing to shake your head at. I understand people disappointed by the loss. There are things and mistakes we made down the stretch of this game. Can't take away from any of that. But it just, this is a good and important week for the Chicago Bulls. And, I think they faced the test pretty well in yesterday's game. Keep in mind, we lost that game. We didn't have Alex Caruso. Ayo Dosunmu had a triple zero. A quadruple zero. The only stat he registered was a personal foul, and it was a bad game from Nikola Vucevic, and we really didn't get much from the bench, with Torrey Craig also fouling out in crunch time in that game. So all those things being considered, I still feel really, really good about that loss against the Milwaukee Bucks yesterday, and I feel really good about how the Bulls can potentially build off of that. So let's hope that continues. We'll see. Jimmy Sabrinsky says, hey, bro, how you doing? Hopefully the Bulls could win tonight and gain ground on the Atlanta Hawks for the final play-in tournament spot. And I gave you a like on your channel. Well, thank you for the like. I mean, at this point, the standings won't matter to me until closer to the All-Star break. There's plenty of time for things, even if the Bulls were to move a step closer, for them to drop down a couple of notches as well. Still enough time for the Atlanta Hawks to go through losing streaks. So right now it's more about establishing your style of play, doing that against the better teams. We'll worry about standings when we get closer to it. It's not about that. This season's no longer just about wins and losses. I was happy to see how the Bulls played yesterday. I just worry if they'll have the energy to muster a win or they'll show exhaustion, hopefully more energy. Well, keep in mind, yes, it was a back-to-back, but the travel to Milwaukee is nothing, right? They probably came back last night, slept in their own beds. So, back-to-backs are always kind of tough, but because the Bulls are at home and where they traveled yesterday, I think it's not as much as like what some other back-to-backs would be. Bull needs a W, Haize. Kobe needs 3 points tonight's game. 3 points tonight game. More. Hopefully he has more than 3 points. You mean hit the 3-pointers? I think is what you mean. We'll see. Have a feeling we're coming out swinging tonight, Haize. After the fight we put up last night, I heard they had a positive attitude in the locker room. I genuinely feel we are finding ourselves. That's a great point there. This team is finding who they are. We talked about so long this team not having an identity. They have been building an identity, and not just over the last 5 games. Really go back and look. It's really been about the last 8 games or so, right? Even though those ones before that were losses, but the Bulls are starting to build that identity, and so it's really good to see in that case. Nasty folk, what? Why the skulls? What happened? The Joker isn't defensively sound like Brook Lopez, so I would expect Kobe White to take him off the dribble a little bit and take the fadeaway jump shots and the pick and roll. Shea be trying so hard. He be trying so hard, bro. Wow, came out the gate heating mugs. I did. I was like, well, who did I come out heating? And yeah, I think he also unsubscribed to the channel. It's okay. It's all right. We don't need weak-minded people around here. If you can't take the joke, it's okay. It's all right. It is what it is. Jack Holland says, starting the stream talking about people's mamas. The Bulls better win or something is getting someone's getting absolute roasted. No, it's not even about the Bulls winning and losing. When you say something stupid, I got to get at you, especially if you're gonna start it off like that. Dane Christian, that's what you get for commenting first. Ammo says, paying for child support is light years away for Haize. That's just watch your win now video. Hopefully AK is still targeting younger players, though. Really was hoping to get someone younger than Zach plus picks if possible. Well, no, just because you're going for win now players doesn't mean that those players still aren't going to be young. They're not going. Veterans, saying you're targeting veterans is different for win now players. There are a lot of young players around this league that could be added to this core and you still win now. So I don't think that's changed. They still want younger players. They don't want like a 34-year-old veteran for Zach LaVine. So I don't think that's going to be the case. OT says Kobe White needs to shoot more threes. He's making them with scary efficiency. No, again, take the right threes. Don't just take more. He's taking over 9 per game. You don't need to take much more than that. Keep the efficiency the same. Just because you're shooting a high efficiency doesn't mean that efficiency is going to stay the same if you all of a sudden just start taking more threes just for the nature of taking more. Take the right threes. And that's one thing that Kobe White is doing. He's taking threes in rhythm. I don't want to see Kobe White just start taking more threes. Simba says, I joined right into this dude talking shit to someone. Don't change the that's funny. Hey, listen, it is what it is, man. Hope Ayo recovered from that block. He looked like roadkill laying there. I mean, well, his stat sheet also looked like roadkill. The dude put up a quadruple zero, nothing, a flat burger. He put up a Tony Snell stat line. That's crazy. That's wild, man. What's going on, OTR? Glad to have you in the building. Vuk got to stop shooting all these fadeaways. Since he has joined the Bulls, he's probably shot 10 to 20% on fadeaways. I'm not even joking. Something I've noticed. That's just a shot. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop. I don't understand your win now video. Not that you did a poor job at all. I just truly don't understand. Are they only looking at players who are only able to help us win? Yes, that's it. It's not that Sydney, it's not that complicated. They aren't just looking for salary cap filler and picks. They do want at least a pick, but they're looking for players to add to this core that can help this team compete. That's it. Haize getting flack last night for his customer service. That's funny. That's hilarious. Certification Poppy says, "Damn, I missed the game already." W post game show. No. See this is post game to me clapping your mama's cheeks. That's what that is. Like in both cheeks, both in the front and in the back. I clap the cheeks, and so now certification. I know Certification Poppy is going to take my jokes personal. Christian is just certification Poppy is going to definitely clap back. And that's what you want. Like when I talk shit to y'all, talk shit back. Don't get offended because I clown on, because I roast y'all. Just talk shit back, man. Haize, my man. Shout out to the best damn Chicago Bulls content creator on the planet. Salute, fam. Let's get this dub. I appreciate that, V.O. Walker. Simba also chips in. Ayo's going to drop 12 points tonight by the third quarter. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I really, truly do. I hope that he does, man, because that game, that stat sheet last night it was hard for me to defend Io, even though he did play some pretty good defense at times. It was hard for me to defend people that are like, hey, he put up nothing. I hope Io brushed that goose egg shit off his shoulders and continues to just play tonight. It's only one game. Yeah, listen, Io's playing with confidence this season. I don't think that game is going to get in Io's head or anything. I think last year a game like that absolutely would have, but I don't think it's going to this year. I just don't see that. Nenort. I'm sorry. I thought that was an M. Can't see. I'm old. What up, Haize? I love your channel and content. Glad you're enjoying the content, bro. I appreciate you. For those who do not understand what win now means, it means we're not going into a rebuild. That's really just it. That's all it means. Post cheek clapping show. That's funny. No sensitivity in this motherfucker. None. Archangel says cheeks in the front. You don't have cheeks on your face, Archangel? What are these? You don't have cheeks? What do you just got I was going to say gaping hole, but I didn't mean that the way that it would have sounded. I didn't think about it before I almost said it. Archangel is my people, y'all. Never would say anything bad about Archangel, but I almost said gaping hole. That would have not, that I gotta, hold on. I gotta do that to myself. I was tripping on that one. Mark my words, Zach Latrine, when he leaves, Kobe is going to be the face of the franchise. Listen, you gotta earn it. I'm not gonna say he will or will not. At the end of the day, if you're gonna be the face of a franchise, that means you got to put it all out there every single day. So if that ends up coming, we'll see. Okay, well, shit, I don't know. So is that a good or bad mindset to have? That's a good mindset. You want to win, right? You want to see the team win. Last time Michael Porter Jr. marked us. Hopefully William does a solid job defending him. That's if they have him on him, because they kind of moved him off of him sometimes last game. I have this feeling that P. Will is going to struggle offensively tonight, but be a monster defensively for some reason. Hey, listen, I'll take it. It is, if you're a monster defensively, you get a pass for the offensive production, unless you're just passing up open shots. If you still have open shots regardless, take it. But that's what Patrick Williams has not been hesitating to take. Maybe. Hey, Haize, I just read an article where Phil Jackson wanted Derek Coleman over Rodman. Do you think the Bulls get that second three-peat with DC? No, I don't think so. Dennis Rodman was such an important part of that. I feel that trading for win now mindset is just going to get us to the play-in for the next few years. The same position we're in now. Fine bottoming out with getting top young talent, I guess is what you mean. Well, keep in mind, we didn't bottom out when we got Derrick Rose. Right? We were almost a 40-win team that season. The Golden State Warriors didn't bottom out when they got Steph, Clay, and Draymond. They were a bad team naturally. So again, even in missing out in the play-in, you're in the lottery. You just got to do it well at that point in time. So just trying to bottom out to get the number one overall pick isn't necessarily the most conducive and consistent way to improve your team either. So just saying that. Is it wrong for me to say that I never want to see Zach LaVine in the Chicago Bulls jersey ever again? I love the way these young guys are playing. Hey, if that's your feeling, it's not wrong to say. I mean, that you have every right to feel the way you want to feel on that. Many people share that. Archangel says, "Oh, face cheeks. Oh my God, I'm 80." This. Oh man. Do you know how the players reacted after the loss yesterday? I hope they took it as a positive. It really wasn't a loss in my eyes. It seemed like the energy was right in the locker room afterwards, in both like the post-game interviews and stuff that you heard. So it seems like they took it and understood, hey, we went toe-to-toe with this team. And hopefully they use it to keep building their confidence, because there's a lot of reason to have some confidence on it after that. So let's hope that continues for this team. Vooch has problems against Brook and Jakob, but what about Embiid and Joker? Vooch always plays Joker well. Always. Embiid, he played him well when he was in Orlando. It hasn't been the best here. But Joker, Vooch always plays Joker well. Kobe Weil It's Kobe White is playing in an all-star level. I'm going to the Bulls versus Laker games next Wednesday. I'm so excited. Hey, you should. I may be at All-Star Weekend. We're still trying to figure it out. But anybody who is going to be in Indy for All-Star Weekend, hit me up once you guys make the decision on either social media or in the email, because I may be there. We may try to get a watch party or something going on. Wait, how do you clap face cheeks in a non-abusive way? You've never. This is what I'm going to do. Figure it out. That's all I can say. It's not an abusive way. Like you listen, have her hang off the side of the bed upside down and get to work. That's what you got to do, bro. Like, come on, man. Don't let me find out y'all vanilla in here. Like, what we doing? I'm not going to lie. I can see Kobe White being the face of the franchise, especially with his mentality of wanting to get better on both ends of the floor. Listen, that's the same thing I said about Christian's mama. She was good from both ends. So you just like, yeah, when you can contribute at both ends of the game. Kobe White's getting effort on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. So, man. People must have forgot back when we got Derrick Rose, we almost literally made the playoffs the season prior. No, we did make the playoffs the season prior. That season, the season prior, if I'm not mistaken, is the season that we swept the Miami Heat, the defending champions, in the first round of the playoffs. And then we came back out of that. We had a bad season after that. And then we got Derrick Rose in that following draft, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe there was some space in between there. I also want to know what Zach thinks of the way we're playing. He's probably like, damn, I really ain't shit now. Nah, I mean, this would. Sorry, I saw a comment. But no, I mean, listen, the funny thing is that this play style would fit, or should theoretically fit, Zach LaVine really well. I'm just gonna leave that up there. That's what I saw that drove me crazy. God damn, Haize. Hey man, listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Certification Poppy laughing. See, that's take my jokes in stride. Some of y'all be getting upset, man. It's Archangel giving y'all clues. Whoa, see? Whoa. It helps to have a sturdy headboard. I mean, for facts. But you know what? Sometimes I like to be petty, right? Because like if they got next door neighbors that can hear it, like if they live in an apartment complex, make sure that headboard hits the wall as hard as possible. So that way the neighbors understand what's going down. And it's like, this is cheek clapping hours. Mind your business. Sometimes you got to just do that. You got to do it. If Drummond doesn't sign an extension, do you see him being traded to Golden State Warriors? I wouldn't say necessarily Golden State Warriors. I think that the Memphis Grizzlies could definitely be another team that could be interested in his services as well. So, you never know with that one. OTR in the building says, hey, he says the most outlandish things with a very casual tone. I mean, listen, there's no reason to say like it's casually. Like, I mean, listen, all I can say is this. If y'all living vanilla lives, I feel sorry for y'all. That's just it. Like, come on, everyone's like, who doesn't like a good choking stroke every once in a while? Like, if you with a lady and she doesn't like a choking stroke, you look her dead in her face and say, you born. That's what I need y'all to say. Stand up for yourselves. Stand up. And just be like, hey, man, what we doing here? I can't choke you? What we doing? What are we doing here? Hang off the side of the bed and shut the fuck up. Like, that's all you got to do and say it sometimes. You just got to keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing. It is what it is, man. Introduce her to the thumb action. You got to do that from time to time. You got to introduce her to the thumb action. Be like, hey, bam, boom. Like, you just got to do it from time to time. Dog, you're hilarious. Tell me again how you clap face cheeks. Hey, you already know what you're doing, man. Stand up. I'm just saying, it is what it is. The sweater is tough, sir. I appreciate that. This is throwback. It's made in the way that the Bulls warm-ups were in the 96 finals. So there you go. Choke and stroke, choke and poke. Like, first of all, if y'all have never tried electric play, you got this like electric thing, right? And then you wait, and then you zap her, right? Never mind. We'll talk about that later. That's for a different show. We'll talk about that at a different time. Let's keep it pushing. Haize, this is not a vanilla group. We got guys who eat strip ass here. I'm talking to you, JD. These are facts. This is facts. This is why I'm never making it to ESPN, man. What up, Haize? Hoping for Chicago Bulls win tonight. We played with a lot of heart against the Bucks, but just fell short. Hope to see the Bulls bounce back. Let's go. Completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Oh, man. Watching this in the living room, let me turn my TV down. Hey, listen. Yeah, I mean, listen, I tell people all the time, the people that I actually know, like in real life, is like, don't talk to me on speakerphone. Don't talk to me on speakerphone. But listen, for my Harry Potter fans, right? If you want to do something fun, right? You want to get like, they make one of the electric zappers, like the electric pleasure zappers, but they make it in the style of Harry Potter's wand from the Harry Potter, of course. Go ahead and get that. Just act like it's like a decoration for the room. Just be like, I like Harry Potter, and then wait till she zap her ass. You just got listen. It is what it is, man. Y'all figure it out. Y'all figure it out. Haize, the jacket says you like gummy talk, but the beard says you snort Chicago handshakes out of a homeless person's side. First of all, I've only had 2 Chicago handshakes in my life. Never again. Never again. I'm not. That can't do it. Can't do it. Cattle prod. See, that hurts. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about, my guy. What we doing here? What we doing? Y'all see, y'all trying to go from pleasure. The balance between pleasure and pain is a very. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? Let me shut up. What we here to talk basketball, man? What we Oh man. Damn, Haize. This is why I tune in. 100 big W's. That's funny. I don't even remember how the hell we got here. I'm not even gonna front on you. I thought my neighbor had a loud hairburn and strict clapping schedule. Then I found out he does jumping jacks every night in the bedroom every day after work. Now that is strange. That is very strange. Very strange. Jesus Christ, Haize is having role-playing sex game with kids and movies. Listen, you got to do what you got to do, man. And it is what it is. And do what you got to do, man. Haize trying to teach us how to stupefy Christian's mom. How did we get here, man? How the fuck did we get here? I have no idea. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. But listen, we're here now. It is what it is. I love you guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Don't know what else to tell you. You can snort Chicago handshakes. This is no, you took it too literal. If you snort a Chicago handshake, listen, you are depraved on a level that I don't know if I'm quite ready to be able to support you on. Like that's if you can snort a Chicago handshake, you got some shit going on in your life that only God can help you with. I can't help you with. I can't do nothing with it. I don't know. Like Haize can't help you there. If you snort a Chicago handshake, like real talk, you just got to go ahead and take that L in life. Like what is everything okay at home at that point? Like, is everything okay at home? Because if it's not, like, we can get you some help. We can send some help to home if everything ain't okay at home. Because if you're snorting a Chicago handshake, all is lost at that point in time. It's all lost. It's all for naught. You're Eeyore at that point in time from the Winnie the Pooh movies. You got to get your life together at that point in time. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to help you, but you got to get your life together. You got to do something because at that point, it's over with. It's over with. That's all I can say. It's over with. If you keep talking about that, Dwight Howard is gonna listen. First of all, no, we're not talking about that. That's not what we're talking about. It is what it is. So yeah. First of all, why are you talking about how big I can get? First of all, why are we talking about that? Haize, have you ever been a gym rat? Have you ever went to the gym consistently? Looks like you can get big, bro. Pause. I actually was a gym rat in high school and probably about a year or so after high school. And then I had kids and I started working. Then I was working 2 jobs. I was working 20 hours a week. 20 hours a day. And then I got fat. And then I realized, hey, my dick still. Let's ran it back in. Let's just come back. Let's get back here. Let's get back to this level right here. Right now, we're at a 26. We need to be back down at a 9. Let's just get it back here, and let's finish out the rest of this pregame show without getting back up to the 20s. Let's just stop doing that. Let's calm down. Let's pray. Let's just get it back together. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and attack the rest of it, man. Wow, you said I'm big as fuck. That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy, yo. Like, why are you thinking about how big I can get? Like, that's like, yeah, like, first of all, I didn't take Jack Holland as a size queen, but I mean, listen, if that's what you like to do, it is what it is, man. I mean, hey, it is what it is, bro. That's crazy. It doesn't matter if you got a belly as long as the show. Whoa, I see. I should have pre-read this. That's crazy. I just said, let's bring it back down to a 9. I literally said, we are up here. We need to be here. That's literally what I just said. And then Reginald has to take it right back up to the top. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I think you need God. Hey, yeah, I'm giving out Holy D. What you talking about? God is with me. God sees me through every stroke. That's all I can say on that one. Like, what you talking about, bro? What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? That's crazy. Now my son's coming down here, so now I got to really stop. What's up, son? Can you have a what? Now, you know, since you came down here, you got to say hi to everybody. So come on. Every time you come down here while I'm streaming, you got to say hi to everybody. So come on. Come on. Come closer. What's up? What do you want?
A donut.
You want a donut? Is your room clean? So here's what we need to do. I need you to do 2 things, okay? All right. 1, all the dirty clothes, put in your hamper, make sure they're good. 2, you listening? 2, that the bed sheets on the top bunk, I need you to take those down, put them in your closet. You do those 2 things, you can go get a donut. All right, give me a hug.
What is this?
I love you.
Okay, what is the last
Get
thing?
the bed sheets off the top bunk, okay? All right, yep, love you. Love you. You gonna leave me hanging? All right. That's crazy. Like, how did we get a kid in here after what we just been talking about? That's wild, man. That's crazy. See, that was God saying, bring it back down. That's what happened. We got to bring it back down. Y'all still talking about crazy stuff in here, man. That's crazy. All right. Do you think P. Will drop 35 points this season? It'll probably happen at some point this season. It definitely happened at some point this season. Looks like he's ready to play football. Oh, for sure. Like that. Like he's ready. Traumatized. He didn't hear. I'm in the basement. He didn't hear anything. Like, he asked to come down here. Shut it down. So it is what it is. That was wholesome. Hey, that's listen. One thing about me, it's all about the kids, man. It's all about the kids. All right, let's see. Have they released the starting lineup yet? No, they still have not released the starting lineup yet. What sports did you play growing up? I played baseball, football. I was too aggressive. My pops always used to say I was too aggressive to play basketball. I guess that means I was just running into people. But baseball, football were my 2 best sports. I kind of lean towards football because I was a running back. My dad always says I was actually better at baseball than what I was at football. So, what's good, Haize? Late to the show, but let's go Bulls. Want them to play hard and with heart, just like yesterday. Completely agree with you, Alex R. Completely agree with you. Damn, Haize, you motivate me to be in my kid's life for real, but not right now. So, joking. That's crazy. That's crazy. Antoine Johnson says that's real. Like the vibes between you and your son Haize, dope. Oh, listen, that's my mini-me for everything. I tell you this. So my 2 sons, right? My oldest son, Xavier, who's 17, he got all of my good traits, and his mom's. I'm not just saying me. He got all of me and his mom's good traits. None of the bad. None. Not one of the bad traits. My youngest son, the one you guys just saw, Alan, he is me to a T, good and bad. Every single bad trait that I have, He does the same exact thing. The attitude, the short temper. Well, I'm not like that anymore. I'm older now. I've gone through therapy. I've gotten more centered. But how I was younger, the attitude, the short temper, the not giving a damn. Today, he got in trouble today because the kid, he doesn't like this kid named Balin in his class, right? Balin got in trouble. And then Allen subsequently got in trouble for telling Balin, hey, Balin, you're making bad choices. You're an idiot. What? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? That's crazy. This is the two most extremes I've ever seen in a live show. I've been watching almost a year. Hey, you never know what you're going to get in Chicago Bulls Central, man. You get analysis, you get crazy, you get apparently BDSM talk early in the show, so you know it is what it is there. Haize, have you been taking advantage of that new law in Ohio? What does it doesn't kick in until Friday, right? I thought it was Friday it kicked in. But I was taking advantage. Listen, medicinal. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna drop that there. Medicinal. That's all I'm gonna say. Haize, is it true that you beat the shit out of a police officer? If so, how did you hear about that? How do you know about that? That's crazy. So, okay, so back when I was hothead days, we'll take a trip down memory lane as we're waiting for the starters to be announced. So, hothead Haize, this was in my most hothead days. I think I was 22, 23 years old. I was coming out of a bar. I can't remember what happened. There was somebody that stopped me. He just grabbed my arm, and off instinct, I hit him with a two-piece. Just hit him with a two-piece. And then he tried to swing back at me. I hit him with like a three-piece. Turns out the dude was a cop. I had no idea. I reacted too quick. So then real shit. This is a real story. It's verifiable. You can go look. So then I hit him with that three-piece, right? Another cop comes from around the corner, tases my black ass. I get tased. But listen, I moved the tase out of like the prods. They got out of me. I'm at this point now. I'm like, these motherfuckers didn't tase me. I'm going to my car. I made it halfway to my. You know what? Let me stop. I'm giving up too much information at this point in time. I'm sorry. But yes, it is true. I did have an incident with a police officer, but I think it's expunged from my record. I believe it is. So listen, no, it's still there. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Oh, did I? I didn't even remember that. I didn't remember that. We know about it because you spoke about it when the job situation first. Oh, that makes sense. I do remember that now. I do remember that. It's okay, Haize. I punched someone in the face so hard the teeth still in my fist just for talking shit. Scars still here in my. Oh, well, I got senior year of high school. I got kicked out of high school because I beat a dude's ass and his teeth came through his top lip. So then they try to say it was assault. I'm like, it was a fight. It's not my fault the dude's face couldn't take a punch. Now it's assault. Anyway, that's a story for another day, man. Story for another day. It is what it is, man. Story for another day. Let's see the starters out. Still no starters out. Not yet. His ass thought he was showing up. This is why I tell people every single time. The shit that I say on these live streams is for real. Like, it's for real. This ain't for show. This ain't no internet shit. This is real talk. These hands are rated E for everyone. I can throw these hands. Now I'm 37 years old. There should be no reason why I gotta fight anybody. But best believe, if it comes down to that, are you fucking with me and my peoples? It will go down. That's it. That's it. It just is what it is. I had some ish happen in 11th grade. Long story short, the school system thought I was going to bring a gun. I was not. But yeah, luckily I got to come back to school after a few months. Well, that's good. Glad they didn't kick you out of there, man. That's crazy. Yeah, they tried to get me on some stuff in school too before. Like, so I went to school. I started high school off overseas in Germany. Was my freshman year. I think it was the last year of middle school. Actually, though, we had went off base to do something or whatever, and I bought a switchblade at one of the stores. You can just buy them in Germany, right? And then somebody snitched. And luckily, I used to have the old FUBU backpack. And for those that know, the FUBU backpacks used to have the hidden pocket underneath where you can zip it and Velcro it. And unless somebody knew it was there, they'll never know. Luckily, I put the switchblade in that backpack. So when whoever snitched to the principal, we pull up to the school after going on the field trip. The principal's sitting there and he's like, "Hey, everybody that's coming off this bus, I need to check y'all backpacks." My other two friends that bought switchblades was sweating their ass off. I get up there, Mr. Rudy's ass. I will never forget this motherfucker. Mr. Rudy. I get off the goddamn bus. He checks my backpack. I'm confident. I'm like, I'm good, bro. I put it in the hideaway. I used to have my weed under there. It is what it is. And so he checks my backpack. He's like, "Oh, okay, Mr. Johnson, here you go. But stand over there for me." So then he goes through like two more people's backpacks. Luckily, he stops before he gets to my other two friends. He tells everybody else they can go. He comes over there to me on the side. He's like, "Well, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to be honest with you. Somebody told us that reported that they saw you buying weaponry at a store off base." And I was like, "I don't know what the hell you talking about, but you went through my backpack. You ain't see nothing. So what we doing here?" "Okay, Mr. Johnson, just make sure you're making good decisions." Man, what the fuck we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, man? That's crazy, bro. That's people be snitching, man. I hate snitches, bro. I really hate snitches. Antoine Johnson says, "Haize, do you expect the Bulls trade by the 15th of February?" Oh yeah, there's going to be a trade by then. It's more than likely going to be just Zach LaVine, maybe even DeMar DeRozan, but there will be a trade by then for sure. Murray is confirmed out. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. Sydney says, do you think the Bulls will come out with heart tonight, or is it hard to predict?" I mean, listen, they've shown us that they play with heart. Now, they got off to a little bit of a slow start against the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's hope that that's not the case today. But I right now trust that the Chicago Bulls are going to come out and play with heart. I definitely trust that. That doesn't mean that a run may not start out there, but I do think the Bulls are going to play with heart. "We had a foreign exchange student bring a switchblade to school. He didn't realize it was wrong because he always carried it with him in his country." And that's what it is. Like, it's things are so different in different countries, man. But hey, it is what it is there. Big Poppy Sang Pie says, "What type of players should the Bulls get back for LaVine and DeMar?" It's not about the type of player. Get back the best talent you can. That's what we'll work everything else out later, but get back the best talent that you can get back. Omar in the building says, "What's good, Haize? Since Zach is most likely getting traded, are you going to change the Chicago Bulls central intro?" Oh, yeah, I already told you guys how I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the intro to where it's going to be less about the current players. I'm going to have some Derrick Rose highlights, some NJ highlights, some Scottie Pippen, Joakim Noah highlights. I'm going to change it more so to a thing where it's the history of the Chicago Bulls. I'm going to have some of the current play, like Kobe White is getting some highlights. Alex Caruso is getting some highlights. But I'm going to have it to where that way, if like Caruso ever leaves, Kobe ever leaves, I don't have to change the whole intro, just their parts, or I can update it every year with like highlights from the year or whatever, but keep the historic Bulls parts in it. Yeah, I've started working on it already. I'm waiting to see what the trade's going to be before I release it, because the one thing I would hate to do is have a new intro and then maybe I include like a Torrey Craig highlight in it. He ends up being traded with Zach LaVine or something like that. So. How long was it when FUBU was? I'm 37 years old, y'all. I am pushing 40, which is crazy because I feel great. Like, I used to be terrified of turning 30. And I can honestly say my life has probably been the best since I've turned 30. I found my passion after the age of 30. And life just kind of gotten better since then. So, you know. Haize, what do you think of the city edition jersey? It's cool. I mean, I think as a whole uniform, I like it more than just the jersey by itself. But as a uniform, I really do like it. If Zach joins a good coach like Mike Brown, Tibbs, and Pop, do you believe he can be a winning player? I mean, you can go to a winning situation, and it's amazing how having a better culture, a better coach, a better overall team changes people's perception of the specific player, right? Zach is a winning player. Like, let me just be clear. He has the winning mindset. He just has very big limitations. And when you're the best player on that team, Zach isn't suited to be the best player on a team that is actually trying to compete for something. He's just not that. And that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But he has to go to a better situation. I then think you're going to see kind of the national media conversation around him change a little bit. Do we have the starters yet? Bulls, have you released the goddamn? Yes, look at that. 11 seconds ago. Same starters as last night. Kobe, Ayo, DeMar, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. That's your starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls tonight. So I didn't expect it to change too much. So there you go. No, nothing too wrong there. I expected it to kind of stay the same. And let's see the Bulls come out and play with heart, man. That's what it comes down to. And I know that this team has the capability to win against anybody when they play the way that we know that they can play. Let's just hope that it continues. Let's hope that it continues. Did you find out if Zach's trade kicker will count? No, it does not count against the luxury tax. They just have to pay it out. So there you go. Nice. Love to see Ayo still starting. Shrug it off, Ayo. Completely. Like, Ayo DeSumo is a player that can compete. And listen, the way that Ayo's played this season, I can't take too much away from Ayo. And I hope he's going to continue to play this way because he has the heart, he has the determination, he has the grit. He's been really playing pretty well. So let's hope that happens, and we'll see if it can continue for Ayo DeSumo and his trajectory that he was on and has been on. Ayo's been playing pretty damn good this season. So let's hope that continues, man. Hope that continues. Sneaker Shop Talk says, I turned 40 a few years back and it's great after 30. You're on a great path, my brother. Hey, I appreciate that. Like, I really hope that's the case. I just, where I'm headed now is such in a place where I'm really able to kind of follow my passions. I got something else that's big I'm not ready to announce yet, but I do have a new partnership that's coming up as well. And I'm happy and excited for it, man. It's just things and opportunities. It's funny how, like, I hesitated to start this show for 3 years. I had the title of the name of the show, the concept of the show, everything for 3 years. And I hesitated starting it, even though I had I had 3 successful podcasts at that time, but I hesitated because I'm like, ain't nobody gonna want to hear me talk about basketball. But then everything happens at the right time. I started Chicago Bulls Central. Within 8 months of me starting Chicago Bulls Central, I got the Locked On Bulls job, right? So, and that happened. Then from that to Bleacher Report, I got the Bleacher Report opportunity because they saw me on Locked On Bulls. Started Chicago Bears Central, was able to link up with the Cognac Boys, my brothers, right? And so the Players' Choice, I do some work for Players' Choice. So all those type of things. It's just funny how it's all aligning into a place where I'm going to be able to really do this full time soon, and I can't wait to see what is going to happen. All right. But all right, guys, I will be back at halftime today. I know we didn't have a halftime show yesterday. I will be back at halftime. So, guys, stay tuned in for that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, being a part of this craziness. We talked about everything from Bulls to future to present to BDSM to electric wands. I love you guys, man, for everything in the way that you've embraced me. Continue to support the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. We're still trying to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of the season. But I love you guys. Go Bulls. See red, y'all. Peace.